It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Getting back to my old ways, screaming on nigga like shout driver with road rage, don't play with it. I'm from a section where the peacemakers learn war. Hairpin trigger nigga squeeze like a nerve ball. I see these dirt bombs jacking my steeds. Young boy got drip, no broccoli and cheese. I been dope, boy fresh like a front of the key. Since the juvie 400 degrees, run up the fees. I don't really need much, but an all-star special. Running for the money like a dog, got the kennel, I'm a shrewd nigga. Flow sick like the flu nigga. Velour suit like gold, remember gold niggas looking for the Fetty. I trick them like Machiavelli. I'm sharper than a machete, protected like Serengeti. My people known to be petty, I don't stop me, dog. If you're looking for the party, I invite you to brawl. I'm on the first thing, smoking for the bad play. Dusty ass nigga, destination is an ashtray. Puffin' Mark Cubans on my way to where the mass play. Chill with the envy, nigga, what you read? Cafe, weather the storm. Far from the norm, my word is my bond. Threaten my life, I leave you the way you was born. Another day, another dollar from the TV. Keeping me clean like a motherfucking neat freak. I'm on seat geek shopping for the Super Bowl. Whole life on display like the Truman Show. Grind season, see the future like I'm mind reading. I got a plan to multiply all of my achievements. Ghostwriter with a 5 thesis. Got my feet planted where you can't go. I don't buy sneakers. I'd rather spend my time with a fine diva. Niggas can't see the vibes, we on John Cena. But it was all good till the price raised. Last night what I seen made my life change. It's been a journey seeing homies in the gurney violating civil rights. They don't come with an attorney. Praying for my health, sitting through another sermon. Made me question my discernment. Do I get what I'm deserving? Life going fast, every day a new excursion. Sink overseas, even better with conversions. Wonder will I make it before they really get the purging? Shit is turning to a circus, wonder if it's really worth it. 24/7, niggas stay committed. When you come in this game, you can't play with it.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Sunday. In this video, we're going to be getting into LaRussell once again. But this time, he's catching backlash, not for signing with Roc Nation, not for the independent people feeling like he misguided their trust, even though he's still independent. This time around, people are getting at LaRussell for some comments he made in a recent interview. He just did an interview with the Truth Hurts podcast about 2 weeks ago. Interestingly enough, this interview at the current time only has 2.5 thousand views on YouTube. However, he's going viral on Twitter because he made a few comments about Lil Wayne. In the conversation concerning Lil Wayne, he said he grew up bumping his music, loving his music, you know, just like we all did. Lil Wayne is a humongous influence for me. You can't listen to my music and not hear Wayne influence, but people seem to not like when you also critique Wayne, which everybody is subject to critique. Sometimes it may not make you feel good to see it or hear it, but objective critique is what keeps this thing going. Nobody is perfect, right? But basically, he said he grew up bumping Wayne, loving Wayne, but then over time, as he got older, he went back and revisited the music and felt like, a lot of this shit, he wasn't talking about nothing. He didn't have much substance in his music. And just a simple statement like that, I think most of us understand that. Listening to Carter 6, we understand that as well. But because he made that statement based on the conversation around his name, especially him being on Roc Nation now, he's under a different microscope and people already want to bring down Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Therefore, he is now a byproduct of that system. So now he is being attacked for making a simple statement, showing love, but also showing critique to say, hey, I revisited the music and I didn't really get much from it other than this, and this, all right? And now he's getting smashed on Twitter. People are now trying to come for his credibility. People are now trying to, call for his career to be over at this current stage. All of the different type of shit. Anything that they could do to discredit him. And now they're saying he can't rap. in the whole nine. So let me go ahead and pull up the original interview. And although people are spreading a clip, I want to play the extended cut of what it was that he said, because this is how people get you anyway. They take a little portion of something. So I want to see what the whole statement was beyond just the cut. All right, here we go.
That.
One of my earliest memories is my sister. My sister used to like write raps, and we had this boombox, and she would like. My dad always burned CDs, so we'd be listening like Nuck If You Buck, and we used to just write raps. She'd be like, "Write a rap with me." Right. We'd rap it to my mom and my cousin in the kitchen, and I think from that I just got an affinity for writing, and I used to just always keep a notebook. I would always be writing. I'd be in class writing. Right. Like I couldn't escape it. I just really enjoyed to write at that time, and then I found Lil Wayne. One of the homies put me on Wayne, and it was like bars. I used to have a notebook, just bars. Right. I never knew how to write songs then. I just knew how to write punchline. Mm-hmm. Yep, and I just really grew like a love for writing. When I finally was able to write songs about my life, it opened my entire world up, because I was like, oh, I've been using it wrong. Right. Like, I was just writing punchline. I didn't know that I could like express myself and share what I'm feeling. That changed everything for me.
What was your introduction to Wayne?
Man, that's tough.
Mine was Back That Ass Up. 99.
Oh yeah, of course. But that's so there's two introductions to Wayne. Yeah. There's an introduction to Wayne that's through culture and your parents that you have no merit in. Right. And then there's an introduction when you get to like dive. And mine's, I think it was like The Drought 2. I remember specifically, what was the damn song? It was something on The Drought 2. My partner had an iPod. He was like one of the first people I knew with a laptop and an iPod, and he just was like, listen to this. And that was like my reintroduction to like, man, dedication mixtapes, the droughts. Like I just got immersed.
No ceilings.
Man, this was pre No Ceilings.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carter 1 and Carter 2 were amazing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that was like my
Like Father, Like Son.
So you see the whole build up to the viral statement that he's about to get to. He's showing nigga nothing but love, saying how he was influenced by Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Just punchline, bar for bar for bar for bar, which is Wayne's strength. That's his thing. Wayne is one of the only rappers in the last 2 decades, if not 3, that we've had who have actually had commercial singles with no real hooks. He could just go bar for bar for bar for bar on the song and still make a hit record out of that. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, point out other things that Wayne doesn't do as well in his music, it shouldn't necessarily offend you, because it's the truth. Right? But he ain't even got there yet. He's showing love.
The Birdman album is kind of amazing. Too,
I'm glad we're like positively talking about Lil Wayne, because our last guest shat on Lil Wayne so hard.
Man,
I take Wayne slander personal. Like,
I love Wayne so much. But I understand how someone could be like, man, this isn't the Wayne that like I remember.
Right.
You know?
No, but he was saying, let me tell you what happened. He was saying that he hated him whole career. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. You know
what? I had to
so
ask
confused.
him. I said, was it old Wayne or new Wayne? He like all of Wayne.
Hilarious.
Fuck Wayne.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he said.
He said a lot. We won't repeat.
He said a lot. We won't repeat.
Who was it?
RX
nephew.
I don't even know.
He has his own truth.
Yeah,
I gotta respect
he had a conviction.
I
had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne, just because I started listening to everything. Like I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And like,
where is the hate? You know what I'm saying? People are jumping on LaRussell for making this statement, but where is the hate? If you really have a love for Lil Wayne music, I don't understand how you haven't had this feeling. Because I had it on my own individual journey. Nobody told me Wayne didn't have substance. I just was listening and was like, it was one of the reasons I was hesitant to even fuck with him in the first place. Because I was listening to the Nas's of the world. I was listening to the fucking backpack rap shit. So I had to be converted to a Wayne fan. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I was hesitant was because I was listening to fucking Fahrenheit 115 during that time period of like Wayne's emergence as a lyrical rapper, as people try to say, you know. And I'm like, he ain't these niggas, right? But then when I listened to the art in his bars and the way he was putting shit together, I had to give that nigga his credit. And then I went back to the fucking Squad Up mixtapes. I went back to goddamn at the time, the Drought 1, the Drought 2, the Leak, the Drought is over. You know what I'm saying? Dedication was bubbling. I was listening to Dedication 2, right? And he was just going bar for bar. He was excelling in that mixtape lane. I personally think Wayne is like the biggest iteration of what a mixtape rapper could ever aspire to be, because at a certain point, writing fully fleshed out songs just was not the objective. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't take away from his greatness, his impact, his legacy, his career, his hits. It's just that particular thing is a weakness. And there's nothing wrong with talking about an artist's weakness, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody's weakness. Just like we talk about sports. Like Michael Jordan in the 80s wasn't the best shooter, right? Saying that doesn't mean that nigga can't shoot or that he ain't good or the greatest. It's just remembering a time where that was a piece of his game he had to work on. You know what I'm saying? Like, pointing shit out. LeBron James ain't the best free throw shooter. Nigga's like a career 70% shooter from the free throw line. Most good free throw shooters shoot at a clip of 80% or above. You know what I'm saying? But he's still Bron. Niggas say Bron ain't clutch. That's a fucking weakness. Doesn't negate he the leading scorer of all time. Probably gonna go down as the statistical leader of all valuable categories, to say he's the GOAT, but people still gonna say he ain't better than Mike. You know what I mean? So having these fully fleshed, nuanced conversations isn't taken away from somebody. It's just pointing out the wholeness of that person. And there's nothing wrong with that. People critique me. You know, I remember Southside Nolan came out. A lot of y'all liked Southside Nolan. Some people were like, yo, I want to hear another album of yours where, you know, you go into a little bit more detail with stories and things about your life. You know what I'm saying? You did a lot of really great rapping on Southside Nolan, but I didn't walk away with a lot from it in terms of like life shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I felt like I gave some of that on the album, but to an outside person, and they say that, it made me look at it like, okay, maybe I could dig a little bit deeper and not focus so much on lyrical excellence and find more substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever. People don't want to be objective. Objectivity hurts people's feelings more than hot takes these days.
I get you.
what
I
his
asked him
argument
about that.
was.
He
You know, like
Yeah.
as someone who like grew up in these communities,
Right.
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, you know, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And
Right.
that do bother me. Man, Tie My Hands.
Yeah.
That's
One
what
of
I
the
was
greatest
going to say.
records
Tie
that-
My Hands
right?
is the only one
and
I
that,
could think
and,
of.
and that's the thing. It's like, if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times,
Jesus.
you know, your affinity for me is you're probably going to remember me for
Right.
this. And a lot of people don't, you know, as I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's like, man. But he was also a kid.
Yeah,
Wayne
this
was
is
a
true.
kid.
Yeah.
He was like 14, 15 when he came
Man,
out.
a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed him a couple times, and he basically, what I would try to like ask him kind of like a more deep thing, and he would just be like, I don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like he was honest about it. Like, you know, because think about it, he was dropped out of school at 13 years
Yes.
old. Like,
Right.
You know, you're just like,
And he was adopted by gangsters,
Yeah.
indoctrinated to a whole
Adopted
system.
by the
who-
projects. Yeah.
It was like he gave everything he could, and I love Wayne. He gave everything he could,
Yeah.
and he contributed so much to the culture. You feel me?
Yeah,
Facts.
for sure.
But
Where is the hate? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they came out with a biopic or a fucking full life documentary about Wayne, all of the high moments, all of everything that he's done, the tours, the record sales, the million in a week, the fucking mixtape, the feature run, like all of that's gonna be included, and then there's gonna be a lot of dark shit, a lot of downfall shit, a lot of fucking shit that may be hard to watch, right? But that is the totality of Lil Wayne, and that's also what you receive from his discography. And again, looking at the fullness of that does not mean he's a bad rapper, he's not a legend, he's not some people's GOAT. All of those things still apply. But of course, again, now that LaRussell is with Roc Nation, the microscope on him is much bigger. People are already looking for ways to discredit his words, and now people are clinging to an interview that existed for the last 2 weeks with only about 2,000 people who have ever seen it, and now is getting hundreds of thousands of views for a pretty much 1 minute clip out of that whole like 5-6 minute session speaking about Lil Wayne to make it seem like he don't fuck with him. That is how clip farming works. So now insert J Nolan. All right. So I saw all of this happening, right? And I was like, yo, niggas is crazy. So then as I'm like engaging with this shit online and seeing it, it's all throughout my timeline last night, I see this this page here, Ahmed the Ears. I think this is one of those paid for accounts on Twitter. They're always breaking new music. They're always talking about viral topics and shit like that. But some stuff, it'd be like, how did you get that so fast? But anyway, he came out and was advocating for Wayne, which there's no problem with advocating for Wayne. So he says, man, all facts to, what was the original piece that you were responding to? So they say, how about Sky's the Limit or No Other? Hustler music, he definitely has substance, right? So then Ahmed says, man, all facts. Also, Something You Forgot. Lil Wayne poured his heart on that track. Now, if you've never heard Something You Forgot, this is a big song. Well, I won't even say big, but a fan favorite from 2006. This was a song that was originally intended to go on the Carter 3. A lot of Wayne's best material was on the road to Carter 3 and got leaked along the way on mixtapes. So Carter 3 really wasn't as great of a music album as it could have been, but it had a lot of iconic shit that transcended him into superstardom and pop acceptance, right? But when you put that microscope over Wayne's music, people start to act out of emotion and they don't know how to take it. But when people like myself who enjoy this music, and we just say he wasn't the most substantive artist in what he talked about, niggas just want to start attacking everything about your life, your family, your mama, your daddy. Since I rap, they start saying, nigga, you stink, you can't rap. Nigga tried to pull up my fucking verse that I wrote for a fucking actor on Power and say, nigga, you can't rap. And it's like, nigga, I wrote what they asked for. It's okay. I'm not out here saying I'm better than Wayne, but I am saying as much as I love Wayne, there's a lot of Wayne material that ain't talking about shit. So here I say, niggas gotta pull mixtape records from 06 to find Wayne's substance. Iconic voice, unmatched confidence, boisterous punchlines, line for line insanity equals his strong points, and we love him for that. Substance was very seldom on that list. Pointing it out is not a crime, right? And people proceeded to get extremely angry with me about this post. And the funny thing is, the music that they're pointing out ain't even the best substance records from Wayne. Like in that interview, the young lady who was there, she said, Tie My Hands. That is actually a good example. You could pull shit like Misunderstood as an example. You get a little bit of that from Hustler music, but not entirely, you know what I'm saying? You get a little bit of that from Receipt. You get a little bit of that from Shooter. You know what I'm saying? This is Carter 2 era. I had to actually pull up the fucking discography because it's so much music. Carter 3, you could get a little bit of that from shit. We already said Shoot Me Down. but it's not that much. Out of an 18-song album, you got maybe 2 to 3. And it's okay to point that out. It's just crazy, man. Another one of my favorite rappers is T.I. If I came on here and said, you know, man, T.I. got a crazy discography, he could go track for track with anybody, but you know, only thing about Tip is I feel like he ain't a great punchline rapper. And then the T.I. fans will come shit on me, and I'm probably one of the biggest T.I. fans in the world. And it's just like, I just pointed out that one piece. His punchlines ain't as strong as other rappers. You know what I'm saying? But then a whole swarm of niggas come in. That's like me saying Cassidy is a great punchline rapper and basically giving him the same critique as Lil Wayne. But he don't really be talking about a lot. And then they say, man, what the fuck? Cassidy will come in and say, how? Where? You know what I'm saying? And then he'll go off and do his own shit because a lot of people say he rapped the same on every song. And he got interviews where he addresses that. And that shit is hilarious. But, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's little things that as fans, we don't have to like give you 100% ratio of positive reviews. And when you get 10% ratio of critique, it doesn't discredit the other 90%, but people just don't know how to have objective conversations without losing their shit. And what's even crazier is this interview here with Lil Wayne. They say here in this interview, Lil Wayne tells people what kind of rapper he is. Listen to what he has to say here.
You know what I mean? Just like if you used to ask me, you know, like, what's the best pussy? You know, like the one I fucked last night.
You talk about that a lot. People are like, why does Wayne talk about, you know,
Why wouldn't I?
pussy monster shit?
Like,
So much pussy talk, Wayne.
I heard that.
Wayne, there's a lot of pussy
Wayne
talk.
say talk about pussy too much. What the fuck else what y'all talk about? What you want me to talk about? The world? Like, come on, man. The world, Craig? The world, come on, man.
I mean, there's a lot of...
But, you know, I ain't no goddamn professor. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't know, that ain't what I set out to do. Y'all gotta remember, man, I started doing this shit at 8, man. So at 8, like, at 8, I ain't trying to tell you what's right from wrong in my raps. You know what I mean? And I'm still not trying to tell you what's right from wrong. That's not my job. I'm a musician. I do that with my kids. You know what I mean? You better do that with yours. You know what I mean? I hope your parents done it with you. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my damn job.
You clap if you want. You clap.
You know what I mean? So other than that, that's why I talk about that's what it's my motherfucking music. You put it's my microphone. I can talk about whatever the hell. Am I supposed to talk about something you want to hear or something you like? If you want to hear something about what you want to hear, then you better go find somebody talking about what the fuck you want to hear. You want to hear something about some pussy? I'm your man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like he say, but this is music, man. I'm not trying to, I ain't giving no lecture. I know shit like, they be like, he say pussy too much. Well, I can say it as many times as I want. I come from the South, man.
Say it now, Wayne. Say it.
Pussy, you don't remember Luke and Two Live Crew? Shit like that, man. I come from shit like that. Bust down and shit like that, you know. Nasty bitch and shit like that. 3-6 Mafia and shit, you know, slide on my line. Like, come on my God, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, what you want me to talk about? Like, so, you know, so sometimes they got a nigga like Taz. He gonna come with a song and be like, he gonna come with the hook already on there. You know, he gonna come with a song and the hook already somebody on there talking about, you know, the world. And that make a nigga have to do a song about the world and shit or about another subject and shit. So that's Taz's job.
More pussy rap.
What? The whole album called Pussy, man. That'll make me do a solo album. That'll make me do another solo. If you let me do a solo album called Pussy, I'm out here. And we'll do 5 of them bitches. Pussy 1.
Now, of course, a lot of this Wayne is being facetious. He's being, you know, comical about it. But there's always the truth in the jokes, right? Because he said that's Tez's job. If you leave it up to me, I'm going to rap about pussy. I'm going to rap about lean, drugs, you know what I'm saying? Gangster shit. He said that's Tez's job to bring me songs with a singer on it that's kind of talking about trying to push that direction. So that's even an interesting outlook on Wayne's career. So that kind of shows me, even on the songs where he does talk about more personal things or more worldly subjects or things of that nature, it's not necessarily his decision. It's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna try it because y'all brought me this record and y'all think it would benefit me, so let me knock that out. Now, I don't know if that's completely true. Again, I feel like he's being facetious about it because I've heard through the grapevine that at a certain point, Wayne wanted to do more of those types of records, and Baby and Cash Money didn't want those records. Right? Y'all remember the era where Wayne went out of his way to work with Lil Brother, and he did the interviews and he talked about how much he loved what was the album by Lil Brother, man? The one with the fuck with Loving It and all that shit. God damn. The Minstrel Show. Like, he went out of his way to work with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So then he gave them a verse on their next album on Get Back, the Break My Heart joint. So there was a time when he wanted to like fuck with more of the underground niggas and do more of that type of shit. But Cash Money was like, nigga, look at the name of our label, bruh. We need that. Remember, Wayne wanted to go be with Rockefeller. Had we gotten more Rockefeller music with Wayne, I'm sure he might have delved into other things because he would have been under the tutelage of Jay, who was his idol, who also has a lot of money, clothes, hoes, all a nigga knows. But then if you listen to the albums, you still always get those deep cuts. And just that production is going to make you delve more into shit because you got a lot of the soul samples and all that type of shit. Which again is why Wayne's 06 to 09, like mixtape era, he's getting on more of those soul samples. And that's why you find a little bit more substance in some of those mixtape records. So again, when you know these niggas' catalogs and you're able to talk about them intelligibly, no amount of hate could knock you off your square because you're not speaking out of hate, right? You're speaking out of love for the craft, the art, and what it is that niggas do. But sometimes you want to hear a little bit more from the people that you want to listen to. Pretty simple. Now check this out. Zad Cody posted this 1-minute clip out of a 6-minute conversation about Lil Wayne. The original video, as I pointed out to y'all, has 2.5 thousand views on YouTube. This 1-minute clip from the conversation has 2.5 million views on Twitter. And that, my friends, is the clip game. And now you got all these people going crazy. Huh? Carter too. He definitely was talking about something. Shout out to Bobby Foster. He says 99% of the people commenting on this didn't finish the video I see, as we're pointing out in this video. Shout out my dog. Now people are throwing Lil Wayne songs into the conversation. A real Lil Wayne fan wouldn't say this because they know his catalog. I've never heard anyone say, hey, yo, play that new LaRussell. LaRussell kind of sound like a hater saying Wayne's whole catalog pushed negativity. That's just false. Where did LaRussell say that? I learned about unconditional love from Prostitute Flame. What? You learned about unconditional love from that song? Shout out to Ryan Glover. We just had an interaction on Twitter the other day, but what? Resilience from How to Love? What? And Loyalty from I Miss My Dogs. I Miss My Dogs is definitely up there. Love that record. That's all about Cash Money and missing all his niggas that left. Wayne gave us the full spectrum of humanity. Okay. LMAO, if you want storytelling, go listen to Storytelling Niggas. If you want bars and flows and double and triple entendres, you know who your guy is. It's so simple. Y'all giving Wayne too much credit on the entendres. That's not his strong point. That's Jay-Z. This how you know they weren't listening to anything before the Carter 4. Not only was C3 and everything before it full of substance, there's like 3 songs of substance on the Carter 3. Think about how C3 got leaked multiple times. That part is true. Something you forgot, Me and My Drink. If you think Me and My Drink is substance, whoa. I Feel Like Dying. I used to cringe when my friends used to play that song. All the classics on YouTube with substance that were meant for C3 leaked early. If I remember right, he had over 100 songs leaked before the Carter 3 ever came out. That is true. We talked about that earlier. But here, shout out to Passion Weiss, Jeff Weiss, somebody who's been in the journalism game for over 2 decades, and that's just me knowing his history. But probably even more than that. He says, y'all should watch the actual episode for real context and meaning rather than interpreting it incorrectly off a misleading soundbite. See, real journalists, real people that actually want to dig deeper into what a nigga saying, it's easy to find, but nobody wants to do the work. Just knee-jerk reactions and a lot of bitching and moaning. So, of course, that led to LaRussell chiming in on all of this himself. He said, comprehension be at an all-time low. I talk about this all the time. It's very frustrating because now we have to share quarters with these people and they be loud, wrong, annoying as fuck. And then they want to try to hassle you till you got to block they stupid ass. He says, niggas ain't even watched the clip, just reacting. I am a fan of Wayne. I can rap this nigga verses bar for bar. I'm also a grown-ass man who can understand what's being said in the songs now in a way I couldn't when I was 17. Y'all niggas losers for spreading propaganda. Niggas got whole smear campaigns against me now. Y'all won't win. I am a nigga who can communicate. Okay? So he's basically saying I can express myself in full. So you're not going to be able to use my words against me. I talk about that all the time. People like to misinterpret my words a lot in the comments. And I'd be like, quote me correctly. Don't put your spin on it. Say what I said and read it out slowly. He then says, he starts talking about Zad Cody, who's the one who put this clip out there on Twitter. And he said, these be the accounts niggas getting their news from. It's paid media. And niggas be in an uproar. Just think about why you getting the news you getting and who's paying for it. How 10 platforms all posting the same clip with the same caption, same portion of interviews at the same time. We are being fed a narrative at all times by who, for what. And then he goes and pulls up Zad Cody, and his account is based in Africa. And we've already seen that a lot of the hip hop accounts that are viral, that are large, that get a lot of traction, are not based in America. And they always be having certain shit all at the same time, pushing it out, saying, if not the exact same thing, something very similar, or they're sharing each other's shit. So I do think that he's on to something. He continues. Since when have anything I said or done mattered in this industry? Last month, I was a nobody to niggas. The caption says, since signing with Jay-Z. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Now I'm worthy of posts by 100 blogs with the same narrative and caption, same clip, same timestamps. Everybody watching my interviews now, cut it out. Niggas hate Hove so much, they funding the downfall of any and everything attached to him. I'm still a nigga from Vallejo. I ain't going. I'm finna blow the whistle. Meeting in the backyard. Okay? So he says, I find it very interesting. I just got with Jay-Z. Just signed with the nigga. Just announced the shit a couple weeks ago. And now niggas are pulling clips, trying to make me go viral, using pieces to try to make it seem like I'm hating on a nigga when in the whole totality of the conversation, I speak on the positives and the negatives and how influential he was to me. But nowhere in y'all clip did you include any of that portion. Welcome to the league. He then quote tweets this person here who says, who gives a fuck what a nigga named LaRussell gotta say, man? Y'all give these niggas so much. It's a regular local LA nigga with an opinion like anybody, not sure what the hoopla about, man. It's not from LA, by the way. LaRussell says, man, that's what I'm saying. Niggas acting like I wanted Wayne to be Martin Luther King. I said, as I've aged, that shit didn't connect with me. And niggas swear I shot at his bus. Y'all ain't even mad at the nigga who shot at his bus, for real. Who gives a fuck what I think all of a sudden? Niggas get on here talking about LeBron all day with no repercussions. Right? Shout out to Prince Angelus. He says, where did he say Wayne wasn't a great rapper? LaRussell says, nowhere at all. Niggas just tweeting. They ain't watch no damn interview. They just want to jump in a convo. Club hopping hoes. It is a fucking mess out here, man. So again, he was just talking about the two sides of the coin of loving his music, him being prolific, him being influential, and then the other side of it of him releasing 1,000 songs over the course of his career and people only being able to pick out, you know, maybe double digits, maybe 20 to 30 songs where there's real substance out of that 1,000. And that's not a good batting average in the substance department, right? But that doesn't mean the music was whack. It just means some people are looking for something deeper and they want it from him. Somebody who has the ability to do it. He shows he has the ability. He has the ability to put words together in magnificent ways. Asking for more shouldn't be an issue. We ask for more from everybody. Look at what J. Cole's going through. He put out a solid album, but he could have done more. You know what I mean? And saying that isn't hate. So let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments, man. Hip-hop discourse, hip-hop conversation is now turning into what feels like political debates today. It used to be fun. It used to be you could talk about each other's favorite rappers constructively and non-constructively and still walk away from it shaking hands. Today, saying anything about anybody, niggas want to cancel you. It is crazy. But I'll catch y'all later, though. Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day, I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built.